What's up, friends? James and I are back in the desert again, this time for a very different reason, but also for a very similar reason as last time. Last time we went to the desert, we were shooting photos and it was just a big work project. This time is more of a vacation slash friends slash work excursion type thing.
That's a good way to put it, Christina.
I'd say that's basically.
It is a type thing of those sorts.
Yeah.
So we drove here. It was 3 hours, 4 hours?
4 hours.
4-hour drive. We made it here after a speeding ticket. I won't talk about that too much because it's still pretty raw.
But you know what? We handled that very well.
We handled it very well.
Yeah.
When we arrived into town, we were immediately going to show up at a brunch where this meetup with our friends, Bryce and Nellie, would occur.
So photogenic, wow.
What if the officer came up to the window and I said, "What is this all about, officer? I have a brunch to make it to." And then we made our way from there up into the realm of Zion National Park.
We've never visited Zion, and we've actually never visited a national park before. You guys know typically we travel with our dog because he's just lovely and loves to run around. But thankfully we have an amazing friend who also has another dog that Cooper likes to play with. So Cooper's on doggy daycare duty and we are on exploring duty. And I was stoked to see the national park.
Today we're here in Zion National Park, and if you look over here, we see a waterfall that is apparently a rare occurrence in that particular location. We see a waterfall that is some 300 feet tall, perhaps. Obviously, it's sitting up on top of a crevasse, a ridge that is clearly taller than 300 feet, but the drop itself is 300 feet. The water is made up of H2O. H2O is made up of oxygen and isotopes, and it's primarily cold. All right.
Oh my gosh.
The next day, Bryce and Nellie invited us to church, so we attended that, and then we had an amazing Sunday lunch. Like, holy crap. The house we went to was beautiful, and the rice that was made in that house was even more beautiful.
We hung out there. That was very relaxing, and then we ate some fantastic cookies, walked out of the door, and we left for the back half of Zion, which is called Kolob Canyon. A little spot where you can do a little drive around, go up high, see all the views.
Kolob Canyon was a bit of a struggle for me just because I was not in the right headspace to create. Sometimes it's hard for me to flip that switch on. Contrary to how I edit these videos, I am not as amazing as it may seem.
Interestingly enough, it was for me too. We were both in kind of a weird fried brain headspace. And sometimes that happens. You have to be prepared for that.
I hate when that happens though. I don't handle it as well as James. James just kind of goes with the flow, and I consider myself a massive failure, but more on that on our podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yo, Christina.
Yo, James.
You just tried to take a photo of me.
Oh gosh.
And you succeeded.
Thank you.
How did you feel about that overall experience?
I feel like overall I'm failing creatively, but you know what? It's cool.
You're not failing because you're doing it. You're trying.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make it weird.
I'm very proud of you for trying.
Thank you.
Push through the mud.
Dude, guys, the creative process is so stressful. We were talking about just doing stuff. Everything. And there was a guy, and he walked past. What did he say, James? He said, "Confusion is the epitome of enlightenment."
Oh, epitome.
Right? Is that what he said?
Oh my gosh. I think that would be like, that word is epitome. I don't think epitome is a word, but it should be.
Epitome is a word.
Holy crap.
Hey Siri,
I'm
define
pretty sure.
epitome.
I wish I could help, but you don't seem to be connected to the internet.
I've never had an experience where she was useful.
He said, confusion is the beginning of the path to enlightenment. And I thought that was so great.
Yeah.
around here, people like to join into conversations of other people.
Specifically old people.
Yeah, and I like it. Yesterday we were at the store, we were really having a struggle about if we should buy a $13 bag of almonds or not. Big bag. We were really struggling with it though. And this old man overheard the conversation. We were walking away down the aisle, and then he just said, "You should buy the almonds."
Yeah, it was amazing.
I love small towns. I love leaving Salt Lake City for a little while and getting around some easygoing people that if you talk to them, they'll talk to you. It's just smooth, it's happy. But yeah, people are just so relaxed in small towns like this, and that's been a lot of fun to be around those people. I think it's always healthy to get around that energy. At some point, maybe 2 times throughout the year, it's healthy to get around that energy for like 3 days. Christina, I love you. You're not a massive failure. You do great things.
James said it's all about the effort, and I was like, I honestly don't care about effort. I care about results. And that was kind of crapping all over his point, but that's where I was yesterday. All transparency. I just wasn't feeling it.
One of the things that I added to that was that it's about how you react when things just go wrong, because sometimes things just go wrong and you can't quite control all the variables. And if you put your hope in making it feel as successful as you want it to be, sometimes it's not going to do that. It's not gonna work. You're gonna feel kind of bad about the result. But if you focus on your effort, you're gonna be able to feel good about the fact that you persevered through that bad result. That's not necessarily all your fault. Sometimes the environment just works against you.
All of that was malarkey to me. And I was like, I just care about making a good video. I don't care about anything that you just said. But you know what? It's the next day and we're feeling a bit better.
Mm-hmm. You got some good sleep?
Yeah, good sleep. We're currently waiting on our friends the Jergies to show up so we can film a podcast with them. We're going to be doing that very shortly, but James has a photo project that he's been having to work on. What's up?
What's up?
Hey.
What's up? We're Ben Pal. We just finished up a lovely conversation with these guys, Bryce and Nellie.
Hello.
The Jergies. Evelyn was part of it too. She really enjoyed grabbing the mic.
She was a big part of it.
And I don't blame her. It is fuzzy.
And poofy.
Yeah.
Yes, very poofy. Did you guys enjoy being spoken to?
Yeah, that was
by
awesome.
us?
That was awesome. We love being spoken to.
That was our first
How are you guys?
couples interview situation.
It was our first interview situation at all.
I guess. Well, no, not for me.
Oh, well.
I interview people all day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. One of my
Veteran.
goals.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. One of my goals for the podcast is to have one guest on a month, and I think this is how it's going to be the entire time we do it, is I have no idea who's going to be next. I had no idea
good.
you guys were going to be there, but it's
Just
cool.
fate
I'm
aligned.
glad it worked out.
Yeah.
That was fun.
You want the cup?
Yeah.
I should
It
probably
was a
actually
really
look
good
up
time.
the cup.
That will be coming out on our podcast channel and on the podcast providers of audio podcasts soon. And also smell podcasts. That's going to be the next one.
Smell
Still working
podcast?
on that. Yeah.
The computer emits smells as you're listening.
We recorded the smell in this RV. There was really nothing there, so this one won't be too exciting. But imagine
It's in beta.
it's in beta.
Yeah.
We could have a podcast that smells like egg farts at
Yeah.
Hot Springs.
Let's do it.
I'm ready for it.
Oh my gosh, the possibilities are ending quickly. Okay, bye.
Let's go back to when Bryce and Nellie bought the RV. Nellie just had a baby. Bryce was making videos all around the world for some reason that we still can't really know about, or else he'll have to break my shins. I don't ask questions anymore.
Yeah, I just got back from Saudi Arabia and Israel
Yeah.
at the time.
At the time, yeah. And they were trying to like get this thing going so they can leave by a deadline that they set that they were stressing themselves out about. And we were trying to install these sweet little blinds. There's blinds behind us if you guys are
It was
listening.
really hot in the RV too.
It was
Do you
really
remember
hot.
that?
Yeah, just like it kind of is now.
Yeah.
And
I
James.
think that's because we're all together and our body sweat is all
Yeah.
collecting together in a mesh.
Yeah.
And
And then
I
just-
feel great.
really,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just saying.
it's quite an intimate experience, to be honest.
But James
I'm
stuck
enjoying
his
it, though.
finger
You
in a
guys are
socket
feeling that.
and died for a
I
little
didn't
bit.
stick.
So
No, my
that was
arm.
fun.
My arm poked the
We had
exposed
exposed
wire.
wires, yeah.
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 It poked it, and I felt a little burn on my arm.
You're fine, James.
And
It's
I don't
fine, it's
think
great.
I
You're
don't,
alive.
and I was like, if I had water on my arm, that would have been it. Like, have you ever had those moments where you're like,
Yep.
Yeah.
if some sort of mini event would have happened in that greater event that was different than the mini event that I experienced, that would have been the end of my life immediately.
Yeah.
But then
Perhaps.
James just rubbed it off and looked at us and said, "That ain't it."